Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bridgie. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Today is a bright and sunny, beautiful day. Even though we are still at home, we're still on lockdown, but in all things, because we are here, we are hearty, we give thanks and glory to God. Welcome. Have you subscribed? It seems like some people don't know that I have two channels now. I feel like I have to be repeating it in every video now for some time, because someone was saying to me on Instagram yesterday that I'm not posting regularly, and I said no, I'm posting on my main channel. So in case you didn't know, just a gentle reminder that I've got two channels now. One of them is this one, obviously, which is my main channel that I've had for a number of years now, which is called Obodo TV. And I have another channel which I also do some family vlogs. It's called Obodo Family. So please support me by subscribing to both channels. And the content I'm trying my best to make sure that they are not the same, and I keep it interesting and engaging. Thank you. And also, I want to quickly say thank you, a very massive thank you to those who support me on Patreon. I've got a Patreon account. If you didn't know what Patreon is, it's a platform where you support your favorite creators. So if you like what I'm doing and you want to support this ministry, then you can support me with as little as $1, £1, €1 a month. So for those who are already supporting me on Patreon, I am so grateful. Thank you. Those who supported me in the past, I am also grateful. I know that God will reward you. Thank you so much. This thing is not easy, but it's the grace of God. It's the grace of God and the passion that is pushing us. So yeah, I thank you. Today I want to talk about relationship, and it's a true life story, something that is going on at the moment. And you know, I just want to dissect it and see what people have to say about this. So I'll try and make it as fast as possible because the story is long. So it's about this couple. They live in the US, the Nigerian couple, young man and a young woman. They've been dating for about 2 years. And they're doing very well. Relationship is going well, and there are marriage plans along the line, even though he hasn't proposed to her yet. But he has the intention of marrying her. So they are spending time together, you know, doing things together, and life is good. She has a good job, he has a good job, and you know, upwardly mobile young people with big dreams, and you know, generally things are okay. Even though we know that there's no relationship without its own issues, but my understanding is that things are reasonably okay with them, and there are marriage plans down the line later on. So the problem is that the guy lives on his own. He's got his own apartment, his own house, and she has her own place. Like I said, they live in the US. Now she has a very good job, and you know, earns even higher than the guy. So she has a house that is bigger, let's say 4-bedroom house, and she lives alone. Single girl, lives alone. And what happened was that a couple of years ago, a friend from Nigeria came and had a baby. You know how a lot of people in Nigeria want to have their babies in the US. So she came and had her baby in the to have a baby in the US, and she came with her husband. And you know, some things happened. Yeah, some things happened thereafter. It seems like the husband was being they stayed with her while they were in the US. She took care of them, taking them to their appointments and everything. You know how long you have to stay when you have the baby before you collect the pali and everything before you go back to Nigeria. So she was okay with it. She was looking after them. He's her friend, you know. But what happened was that the man, who is her friend's husband, was inappropriate with her. So it happened that when he went back to Nigeria, he started texting her, you know, saying that, you know, all this kind of inappropriate conversation, like, oh, what are you wearing? Do you watch Blue Film? Are you this? Are you this? When was the last time you did this? Are you honey? And things like that, you know. And she's saying that it seems like her friend knows about it, because the friend is always saying, oh, he's complaining that you don't call him. You should be calling my husband. Why are you not calling him? You know, he said you're not calling him, you know. But she never had this discussion with her friend that the husband is being funny. But there's been some kuru business between them, in that the man, you know, cheated on the wife before, and the woman too apparently has cheated on the man before. So I don't know the kind of relationship they have. Maybe they have an open relationship. I don't know. Anyway, the problem now, why this is now an issue, is the fact that the couple has 3 children, and 2 of them have American citizenship. And now, for some reason, because one of the child apparently is not well, he's got a condition that they feel will be better handled in the US, they've decided that they want to relocate to the US. Oh, this paper, stay now. What's your... Sorry, guys. So they decided that they want to relocate to the US, and you guys know relocation is a big deal when you want to move completely from one country to the other. And they are planning to come and stay with this girl while they are in the US. And she said yes to her to her friend and the husband and 3 children to stay with her in her house. And her boyfriend, who she's dating and, you know, planning to get married to, said no. When she told the guy said no. Apparently, she's already said yes to the friend before she told the guy, and the guy said no, 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 no. He doesn't think it's a good idea because this man, who claims to be your friend's husband, has been behaving funny. He's been inappropriate with you twice in the past. What is the guarantee that if he comes into this house to live with you, do you know how long it's going to take for them to settle down? Coming to the US to settle down, most people in Nigeria who live in Nigeria think if you come abroad because you have citizenship means that you just settle down automatically. No, it doesn't work like that. It's a process. You can come here and 1 or 2 years you are not even settled yet. You know, it depends on how you come or what you have, your qualification, or how lucky you are or how blessed you are to get a job to be able to stand on your own. And no matter how much you think you have that you are bring $20,000 or $10,000 with you, before you know it goes very quickly. Now, when they come to stay with this girl, she's going to be responsible for feeding them. She's obviously, when you're living alone, your gas and electric, you have a certain amount that you're paying. But when you have 2 other adults and 3 children living in the same household, you know that your utility bills are going to go higher. She's going to be responsible for shuffling them to the appointment, since there's a medical condition with one of the child and everything. So it's a lot. It's a huge commitment. But because she's a good girl, she said, okay, you're my friend, I can help. Stay with me until you find your feet, then you get your own apartment where you will stay. But the problem is that the boyfriend is saying no, that they cannot stay, not because he doesn't want her to help them, but because of the husband. He's saying that what is the guarantee that if that guy comes and stay in the house, that sometime during the night, in the middle of the night when the wife is sleeping, he's not going to stand up and crawl up and go into her room and start, you know, making advances towards her, or, you know, just generally behaving in a way that he shouldn't, overstepping his boundaries in the house. That's his own concern. He's saying that he's not willing, you know, to accept that she should tell them no, she'll find a place for them to stay and everything. So I said, okay, why can't she, you know, stay with the guy, since the boyfriend has a place of her own, and, you know, if she really wants to help them, then let them stay in her house while she stays with the guy. She said no, that she still needs to be there, you know, to take them around, you know, to show them places, because, you know, they don't really know the city very well and all that. So this is where the problem is now. They are in a deadlock because the guy is threatening that he is going to break up the relationship if she allows this couple and their children to come and stay with her. And she is saying that he has no right to tell her who should come to stay in her house or who shouldn't come, because they are not married. She doesn't need to submit to him yet. And because it's a house, then she can, whoever she likes, she can bring into the house. It seems like a simple issue, but it's quite complex, because if you look at it, a relationship of 2 years, are you willing to throw it away because of, you know, such a disagreement? The guy is adamant that that man must not come and stay in the house. You know, that he's not going to feel comfortable with that man staying in the girlfriend's house. And if you look at it, he does have a point, because this man has not shown that he can be trusted. He has not shown that he's a gentleman, or he's somebody that is reasonable, that you can trust with your woman, you know. But the girl seems to feel that, oh, he's changed, he's not going to do it again, and nothing like that will happen and all that. So the guy is saying, no, if you do it, that's the end of our relationship. So there is a deadlock. It's a deadlock and quite tricky. So I don't know. Me, I feel like, I don't know. Let me give my opinion about this matter. I feel like the decision to accept people to live with you in your house, especially when it's not a visit, that there's a time frame to it, that, okay, I'm staying 2 weeks, I'm staying 1 month. This is indefinite. They want to settle down in America. They want to use their children's pali to get their, and I'm told that according to the US laws, except your child is an adult, they cannot even file for you. So I don't know the process, where how long it's going to take for them to become, you know, to even get their green card, for them to start working, for them to. Usually when things like this happen, in my experience, you always end up bad, because at the end of the day, you will get fed up with people living with you, especially when they are not well behaved. And after a while, no matter how much you like people, they get on your nerves. You just want your own space. You want your own space. You want your own space. When you go out and come back, you want that quietness. You don't have kids. You are a professional woman. You go to work, you come back. You want that peace. You don't want children running up and down and breaking things, playing football, and just, you know, disturbing your peace. That's one thing. But some people are more patient than others. So to me, I feel like it's a very, very huge, it's a huge ask to ask somebody, can I come and stay in your house until I get my own permanent place and I want to settle in the US? But then again, it is good to be your brother's keeper. It's good to help, because obviously they are going to need a lot of help, because they are coming with a sick child, and you know, they don't know how things work in the US properly. They've never lived there, only come to have babies and go back. So they will need help. It's good to help, but I feel like there should be like an agreement. Let them have a verbal agreement that, okay, if you are staying for 6 months. If at the end of 6 months you don't have your own, you not sorted yourself out, you need to get your own place. I'm not going to be able to allow you to stay longer. Maybe if there's an understanding like that, will help a bit better than asking people to come and stay with you indefinitely. That one. I've seen cases where even the best of friends, or even brothers and sisters, their relationship will turn very ugly. And when people live with you, and you know, it brings out the worst in people. Another thing is that I feel like the girl should listen to the boyfriend, because if this guy is serious about you, this is 2 years of your life you've been with this guy, do you really want to throw it away because of, you know, a third party? Because the guy will be feeling like, okay, if she can't listen to me now, what's the guarantee that when I get married to her that she's going to even submit or even consider me? Because she's already feeling like, okay, she earns more than me, maybe because she has more money. That means whatever I say doesn't mean anything to her. The guy is feeling like, okay, I can't tell her, I can't advise her, not command her, but I can advise her, and she will take it. It means that she's going to put her foot down and say, this is it. You either take it or you get out. So do you really want to break your relationship of 2 years because of a friend who is already married with 3 children? Sis, I think that's not a good idea, because it's not so easy to get into, to find someone that you even like and you are compatible, that you will date, and the dates will even be talking of marriage soon. It's not so easy. When you find a man who loves you and wants to put a ring on it, please, sis, don't play with that man. Hold him tight. I'm telling you, hold him tight. I would not advise that somebody to throw their relationship away because of they want to help, because at the end of the day, whether you help or you don't help, they sort themselves out eventually. But if you help them and you lose this guy, you might end up being single for the next 5 years. You don't know. Except you want to be wife number 2 to the man. He already likes you before. He's checking you out and asking you questions about your sexuality and all that. So if you want to be wife number 2, you can go ahead. But for me, I don't feel like she should just discard the guy's counsel and say, no, I don't want it. Because the guy will be feeling, you know, he will be feeling, you know, emasculated, that, okay, who am I to tell her what to do? She wants to do it anyway. So it's not saying that it's going to be easy for the guy to form another relationship, because relationship is time, is energy, is commitment, is finance, is a lot of things that goes into building a relationship. So it's not easy to even find somebody you like, talk of, you know, building a relationship to that level. So it's going to affect both of them. So this is my opinion about it. I feel like it's something they can talk about without being stubborn and headstrong and saying, this is my stand, this is my stand, you either leave it or you take it. They can find a common ground if they are ready to communicate. And the girl is feeling, oh, you don't trust me, you feel like I'm going to be inappropriate and all that, don't you trust me? And the guy is saying, this is not a matter of trust. This man, I don't want him in your house because of what you told me about him. So I don't know, it's complex, isn't it? Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think that it's right for her to tell the guy, I'm doing it, whether you like it or not, or should she say no to the family and get them an apartment where they can stay so she can keep her relationship? What do you think is the best way to resolve this issue? I put it in your court. You be the judges of this matter. Anyway, leave me your thoughts and your comments in the comment section. Please try as much as possible to be respectful, no vulgarity, no insults, and please don't abuse anybody. I beg you. I know it's easy for people to abuse, but you know what? There's no need for that. Spread love. Yeah, spread love and let love reign. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'll speak to you in my next one. Please subscribe. I love you.